Okay, let's get to it, guys. The first thing I do, I clean my client's face with the Noxema pads. This is just to ensure that they do not break out when they take off their makeup. And I let them know that it's as a strong smell ahead of time so it doesn't catch them by surprise. And then I go in with my Embryolisse moisturizer. You want to make sure you're generous with this one. Don't be stingy with products because this is what also helps prevent breakouts when your client takes off their makeup. So you want to apply it all over the face and then blend it out. What I do is that I go in with my e.l.f. eyebrow lift. This eyebrow lift is the truth. It is the truth. It's the best that I've seen, and it's very cheap. It's on Amazon. I'm gonna link down all of the products that I use in the description box below. All right, so and when I'm done with that, I go in with my face primer. This is a dupe for the Milk Primer, and I just love it. It helps my makeup or my client's makeup to, stay glued to the face. And that is what you want to look out for when you're using hydrating primers. This is an hydrating primer, and I'm gonna go ahead and use another primer in a minute. Next, I go in with a brow gel. This is another brow gel. It's a Nigerian brand. It's called Ushers. I heard it's discontinued. e.l.f. as a good replacement for this as well. And then I'll go in with the under eye cream. This is the Do Not Age under eye cream. For some reason, I forgot to attach the picture, so it's called Do Not Age under eye cream. You can also use MAC under eye cream. That's also a really good option. So we applied an hydrating primer earlier. This is a mattifying primer. So this would help with a super oily skin and help your makeup stay mattified to your skin. You just want to apply it on the T-zone. If your client has a super acne prone skin, avoid those acne areas and just apply it on the T-zone. Okay. So next, I just go in with my Mario Badescu spray. This is to lock in everything that I just applied skincare wise and let it dry before you move on to the next step. So this is me just applying lip balm. You want to make sure the lips are well moisturized before the end of the makeup where you apply your lipstick. So basically that's what I'm just doing here. Now I go in with the foundation. Okay, for the foundation, you want to make sure, especially for the fair skin tones, you want to make sure you're working with a foundation shade that's the exact shade of your client and also another foundation that has the undertone. One foundation can have both qualities, but if you don't have a foundation that have both the client's exact skin tone and their undertone, you want to go in with two different foundations. One should be the exact shade and the other one should add your client's undertone. And you just want to go in and blend it with a beauty blender or a foundation brush. Next, I go in for, dark under eyes, puffy under eyes. I like to use my MAC Studio Fix Concealer Palette to kind of fill up that place. You want to use a little bit darker shade of the concealer for the under eye. This actually helps to cover up pretty well. And when I'm done with that, I blend it a little bit and then go in with a lighter shade of foundation and just begin with my highlighting process. So this is me just blending out the concealer and prepping the face or the under eye for my highlighting step. So I'm using my Born This Way Too Faced concealer. I believe this is in the shade Sand. I'm using the concealer to highlight the under eye, and I'm just gonna apply it on both sides. And in the same palette that I used to color correct the under eye, I'll take just a little bit of dark or warm tone concealer to do the contour. And this palette is the medium deep palette actually. And I'll start my blush process. I use a creamy blush from, it's a Nigerian brand, it's called Teila Cosmetics, and I just use a little amount of it because my client doesn't really like too much blush. So I just go in, if my client doesn't like too much blush, I just go easy with that. And I'm just going to blend the concealer. I let it sit for a little bit to dry up and then go in to blend it. And I just keep blending. When you let your concealer sit a little bit before blending, that's when you let it dry before blending, it gives you more of a full coverage look, and that's what I was trying to achieve with this look, so I had to do that. And after blending in the concealer, the contour, and the blush, I go in with my Fenty Beauty setting powder. I think this is the translucent one. You can see I had to go back in to blend the concealer on the eye, just because you want to make sure it's nicely blended before you go in with your setting powder to avoid creasing in that area. So I just, just keep tapping in. Just, you want to go in easy, you want to tap in. And then I'll go in with my MAC Studio Fix powder. This is my favorite powder of all time. I love MAC products a lot. Their powder, their concealers, their lipsticks. I also love their foundation really well for a minimal to medium coverage. I love their foundations too. So I just go in and use it to set the rest of the face. And after that, I will do the contour. I'm using just a little bit of darker powder shade. I believe this is in the shade NW45, and I'm not sure exactly the shade I used for the face. I'll try to link it in the description down below for you guys to see it. And I'm gonna do the contour on our forehead area as well, and nose area, our cheekbones and stuff. I will do the guys, this blush, oh my god, it almost made me go crazy because there's no way you're applying blush just one tap and it just almost ruined your makeup. So you want to make sure you go very easy on blush, like just a little bit of tap. I had to go back in to like blend the blush really well. I don't think I recorded that part, but I had to go back in to blend it in really well. And I just start the baking process. The initial setting powder we applied was just to set the face after applying a creamy product, and now you're baking. This is the baking process. So I'm just gonna bake her face, and this is what I do. I just leave this on and then go on to do a eyebrow, eyeshadow, and lipstick. For the eyes, I love to use the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills to do the transition in a crease. So I just go in with that, blend it out, and when I'm done with the crease, I go in with the desired color on the eyelid. So just enjoy the process. And now I'm just gonna go in. This actually, this look was for like a court wedding. This was a court wedding makeup for my client. And I like, for weddings, I love to use this shade of eyeshadow just because it gives you that kind of wedding look. That's what you want to lean towards, like something light, something like I would say something more of like a grayish color, or like a whitish color for wedding, like white weddings, not trad. If you want to do like a trad makeup, then you can, include or introduce colors. Anyway, so just pardon my voice. I know I kind of sound really awkward right now, and that's because I have a cold that I've had this cold for days. I initially lost my voice, and my voice is back, but not fully back yet. So I'm gonna use my Eye Magic lip palette to do a lipstick. And usually when I work on fair skin types, I like to go easy with depth on their face. I don't like to use too much of dark colors, so I use more of like light shades of colors, just because you don't want their face to look too dark. So that is why I make sure I use like light shade of colors. Now, after applying the lipstick, I go in with my lip gloss. This lip gloss is from Sopro Cosmetics. It has shine to it, and that's why I love it, just because it just gives the lipstick a different look entirely. I went and popped in the lashes off camera, and now I'm just filling in her eyebrows. I'm using the NYX Lift and Snatch eyebrow pencil. This pencil is Holy Grail, guys. You need to get one. Anyways, I'm gonna link all of them in the description box below. I also fill in the eyebrows with this is a Nigerian brand. It's called Beauty by AD. It's a very nice pencil. And then afterwards, I'll go in with my MAC concealer. This is my absolute favorite concealer ever. This is like the only thing I use to highlight my clients' eyebrows, even my eyebrows as well. On some occasions, I'll use the same concealer that I used for the face. But for this one, I'm going in with the MAC concealer, and I'm just gonna blend it the whole thing. One thing about me, I'll set the face every step of the way. This is what helps your makeup to look less cakey and last longer. And I'm gonna use my Ingler gel liner. Guys, use your Ingler gel liner or any gel liner you have for the under eye and thank me later. Like the look is completely different. And after that, I'll just go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills face palette. This is the glow palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just gonna use a fan brush. I figured that using a fan brush helps me to maintain a certain precision, and it just doesn't let my highlights to be all over the cheekbone. And now I'm just gonna go in with Zion mascara. This is a Nigerian brand, but it's my absolute favorite. It works for me every time. I love how it helps lift the lower lashes. It's really good. Yeah, so let me know what you guys would love to see in my next video. I want to post at least once a week now. I'll try my possible best to make that work, and henceforth I'm going to be posting more of my work on people's faces, my clients or models, just because it's hard for me to like just sit down and record myself, just because I have a lot of things that I do. So let me know what kind of look you'd love to see next, what specifically you would love to see, and the type of makeup you want to see, the type of content you want to see on this channel. Let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to pick one or two of them. Bye bye.